Hello, beautiful humans. Welcome to your sacred self, where we make ourselves a priority by creating more silence within ourselves and coming back to ourselves. And the thing that was on my mind today was about how when you start meditating and you get this rushed feeling, and it's like, oh, I don't have time to do that today. I have all these things on my list. But actually the opposite is true, and it's a hard thing to be able to explain, but and what's most impactful really is the experience that you have. So I dare you to kind of just observe and watch the mind. Maybe if it's you have 10 things to do on your list and your brain is telling you that you don't have the time, I'm curious if you can maybe get yourself to sit for 5-10 minutes, and then you do just take note of how you feel going out into your day after that. And I know also another tip when I was first starting, the part that I felt was most beneficial in my day to start was actually the transition from work back into home. And I remember actually, I noticed it even within my kids, and we just slowed down, and we walked in the door, and they were really young at the time, and we just sat on the floor and just kind of just sat there together for a couple minutes, checking in with each other. And so always encouraging you to make this practice your own. And the general idea is this idea of slowing down time, right? Because everything's happening so quickly now, especially with the advancement of AI and technology. So meditation is our ancient tool that we can use to slow down and get back our time. And I know it sounds surreal, and the best way I can tell you is to experience it for yourself. And when I was busy and working, I found the most impactful time for me that felt so chaotic was as soon as I got home from work. And it was just a really nice grounding, centering time. So if you have young kids and you're just getting home, I invite you maybe to try that, is just setting just for a couple minutes. And you can be talking, allow it to go and flow, whatever feels natural for you. And just having the intention can be so powerful. But if you are older, or you don't have kids or other obligations, then I invite you to just, as you transition from work back into home, to just sit and be then and see maybe how that is helpful for you. That's how my journey had started. So maybe you can comment below when is your most stressful point of the day, and when you would like to maybe start incorporating that for yourself. So that's a little bit of my experience that I wanted to share with you today. We will start moving into our 10-minute meditation, where we are offering loving compassion to anything in the body that is coming up during this time. The idea is that when we have the intention to sit and be with ourselves, it's the ultimate form of self-love and compassion. And so when we create that space for our body, what we're actually doing is creating a safe space for ourselves. And if maybe there's some running thoughts that come up, maybe there's some aches and pains in the body, and as they do, what I offer to you is to develop a mantra. I am is a very powerful mantra. I am joy. I am abundant. Anything that resonates with you, I invite you to play around with it. It's yours, your practice, and maybe try one for a week, see how it feels, maybe for a month. And as those things come up, we're just offering that love and compassion. If the mind starts going, that's when a mantra can be helpful. And there will be a bell that sounds like this, just so you have an idea. And when it does, that's when we will start to bring our awareness back into our bodies. So I invite you, reminding you that this is your practice, this is your time to give love back to yourself, and any position that you find yourself in, obviously not driving a car, but sitting down, laying down, There's no wrong way to meditate. All you need is your intention and time. And your practice will grow and evolve as you do. So if you feel comfortable, gently closing the eyes, taking 3 nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth or the nose. And as we're doing this with the intention of receiving and releasing, receiving and releasing. Just the intention is enough. No words behind it are necessary. We're just checking in with the body, becoming grounded and present, creating that safe space for yourself, breathing into every inch of yourself, exploring new spaces, checking in, offering love and compassion for anything that wants to present itself now. And giving gratitude to yourself for making yourself a priority. I think it is such a beautiful thing in this busy world where everything is demanding our attention, social media, work, obligations, all of these things that are calling to us can be a radical form of self-love and compassion when we empower ourselves to stop and make time for ourselves and for our body. It's a radical act of love. Breathing in, relaxing, opening the body, knowing this is a safe space that you have created for you. The power that our loving attention has when we focus it back on ourselves, making ourselves a priority in our life in ways maybe that we never thought of before. Maybe we didn't know how powerful this simple act could be, but we're open to experiencing, open to trying with curiosity and playfulness, with no expectation. Just being open. as you slowly start to move back into the body, you may start to notice gratitude and abundance, overwhelming feelings of gratitude and abundance, more peace, calm. And when you're ready, slowly start to open the eyes with a downcast, soft gaze, gently coming back, softly and sweetly. Giving gratitude to yourself for making this commitment, making yourself a priority, giving your attention and awareness back to yourself. And the last perspective I would like to share on the importance of meditation and how Ayurveda views as why sitting in silence can be so powerful is that through the lens of Ayurveda, we absorb through hearing and seeing. We are constantly intaking and digesting through the senses. That's where I was going with that. We're digesting all those experiences. And so maybe you listen to meditations when someone's talking the whole time, and that's great. And it's all about levels, right? And so, and I'll just give you an example that when I went to start practicing, attending college at Maharishi International University, one of the prerequisites was to learn TM, Transcendental Meditation, and that practice is 20 minutes of silence twice a day. And so that's like the ceiling, right? That's the goal that we're shooting for. But definitely in the beginning when I was learning, I was listening to somebody. And so that's kind of like, if you're on your journey, that's something that you can begin to work in the idea of something that you can work up to. And to go back to why it's important is that we're constantly digesting and taking in information. And so when we create a space where we're simply quiet and there's nothing else coming in, it gives our body a chance in our mind and our soul to be without the loudness and the demands of the material world. I think that, we're so caught up that we don't even know any other way of life. And so it can be really exciting when you continue to practice this and creating this sacred practice for yourself, always encouraging to make it what resonates with you, and you'll try different things in different flavors. And it really is in a journey, and to just enjoy the journey and not worrying about the outcome end result, but each step that you take, just enjoying the practice for what it is, can be so powerful. But it's also helpful to know, the logistics, because I'm a very logical person. So why am I doing this every day? Well, you are able to establish a clear connection with yourself when you give yourself that silent space to sit and be with yourself. And that's a muscle that develops over time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful to be here with you and to be sharing this message, and excited to be on this journey with you. So I hope that this brought you more peace and calm in your day. And feel free to leave any comments below if you have any questions or would like to see anything else. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a blessed day. Namaste.